basic issues of interfaith dialogue, but also it leaves us with a very important task, and that is to look at ourselves, at our knowledge of understanding how the world around us works and the importance of that, and what are the really relevant topics which should be addressed by the community and what implications they will have for the future. I will invite two more distinguished speakers to the podium, Dr. Taslima Ghazi and Dr. Ahmadullah Siddiqui. I'm very pleased to welcome them, and we are very, very fortunate that they have taken time to be at this session. Dr. Ahmadullah Siddiqui and Dr. Taslima Ghazi, please join us. Whatever it is, it's like the podium table. I have a small little announcement that you might have received an envelope and must be wondering what this envelope means to you. When something contains only air, actually it is an invitation of testing your love and gratitude. What this empty envelope means is that how sincere, how generous and how kind you are for activities like this, for not only joining this wonderful afternoon, but also for its implications that you can do for the society in general and for the community in large. So I request you to fill that little envelope with air with your kindness and generosity. Thank you. Now I will request Dr. Ahmadullah.
I will just present some points, and I hope that during our discussion in our various parallel sessions groups, we will expand on those points and we will be able to formulate some specific recommendations about our political and social actions. In my mind, the purpose and goal of political and social action is twofold. One is the empowerment of Muslims. We want to see ourselves, these 6, 7 or whatever million Muslims live in this country, to feel strong and to have a sense of empowerment in all walks of life. And the other purpose is to become equal partners in building a safe, secure and strong America. Sometimes, like Dr. Nawal Haq was mentioning about one khutbah, I have also heard people say this in khutbahs, that we have come here for a purpose and the purpose is guided based on Quran and Sunnah. And those people who say that we have to make this country strong, they are misguided and brainwashed. I have heard this at least in 3 khutbahs. In gatherings where there were 500 to 1,000 Muslims, one in East Coast and one in West Coast and one in south part of the country. In my mind, that if there is ever a strategy, an action plan for political and social action, it should be directed to empowering ourselves and making sure that in our mind we are clear that this is our country. We are also as much concerned about the safety of this country. We contribute and we want to see this country strong and prosperous. Let there be no doubt in our mind about that. Now I see this political and social action come through in three ways. One, through learning and training our own people. Second, through participation and engagement. And third, through alliances and coalition buildings. These three are 3 different things, and we have to develop strategies for all these 3. Learning and training about issues that relates to political and social action, participation and engagement, and alliances and coalition building. Since this is an educational foundation, the venue, I would say that in all these three areas, we can develop a plan that includes lectures, seminars, training programs, and production of monographs and books. There's a lot of lack of clarity among our mind as to whether should we participate in political process or not. If we participate, how can we participate? And all the guidelines and all the things surface only during the election campaign period. And as the election is over, gradually things fade away. So if there is a continuous process, I hope that there will be a viable political and social action. The lectures, the seminars, the training and workshops, the production of monographs and books should be about the political process in this country, like Politics 101. A lot of us, we don't understand the political process in this country. The political process begins from the neighborhood committees, the PTOs, the city council membership. Everybody doesn't become a state legislator or doesn't become member of Congress. And we don't care about those things. We don't. Our president, Barack Obama, how did he start? By a neighborhood program that led to the membership in the state legislature, to the Senate, and now to the highest office in this country. We don't participate in those things. Another thing, because Ghazi Sahib was telling me yesterday afternoon that I forgot that your topic is media and information, so maybe you got to give 2 lectures. I said, no, I will just take 10 minutes and I will, inshallah, try to say something on media also. In my humble opinion, political and social action, the success of political and social action depends upon how strong a media we have. Or if we don't have a strong media, how good a relationship we have with the mainstream media. Unfortunately, we don't have both. I have brought something to show you. And I think that a successful political and social action depend upon what I call a grassroots media literacy programs among the Muslims. Please forgive me if I say that we take pride in being media illiterate. Media literacy have been used by other communities to empower themselves, socially as well as politically. And that's why there are communities about whom if inadvertently, just by slip of tongue, somebody says something, in 2 hours that person has to either resign or is fired. And we are constantly bombarded by negative images and nothing happens. Only towards the end of the campaign when Colin Powell came up and said, what's wrong being Muslims? Why this fuss about it? Because our investment in media is almost negligible. And I say this because I want to show you, this is a magazine that you are familiar with. If you go and ask the editors, how many people subscribe it? Their number is half the 10,000 mark. It is published 60,000. They have to distribute 55,000 copies free. This is Muslim Observer. You can get hundreds of copies from grocery stores in Chicago. This is Muslim Journal, one of the oldest newspaper, weekly newspaper in this country. We think this only belongs to the African American community.